Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the Cancer Rising Astrology for the month of June 2024. We're going to be discussing in this video the planetary transits for this month. There's a lot of action going on in the heavens, in the solar system. So let's hunker down and what this means for you, Cancer Rising, this month. First thing we're going to discuss is the Sun. Well, the Sun continues its transit, opening up the month of June in the sign of Gemini, which is your 12th house. This transit lasts until the 20th of June. So the first few weeks of June, that Sun transiting the 12th house is lighting up things from the past, your subconscious, your psychology, your actual spiritual beliefs and aspects in regards to your life, how you connect with spirituality in general, what your philosophical views of things that have been percolating beneath the surface, and also things from the past that have been holding you down. The Sun in the 12th can help you identify what's working and what isn't anymore. Well, on June 20 until July 22nd, the Sun is going to be ingressing for 4 weeks in the sign of Cancer. And for you as a Cancer rising, this is your first house. So you are going to be very much feeling like your physical reality, people, how they connect with you, is going to be busier, and you're going to be very aware of your own physical body, your own psychology, and possibly getting a little bit more popular and getting out on the world stage. That 12th house is very much behind the scenes and working very diligently, sifting through and trying to remove things and change things from the past. So when the Sun is in the first house, it's all about you. The 20th of June marks the summer solstice time in the northern hemisphere and the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. Now on to the moons for the month of June. Well, on the 6th of June, there's a new moon occurring in the sign of Gemini, which is your 12th house conjuncting planet Venus. So where you can have beneficiaries and connections that are going to assist you and help you overcome things from the past, connect to new people and beneficiaries, have more relationships that are going to help you improve your situation. Instead of possibly weighing you down, you may have needed to cut people out, change things up in that 12th house. So with Venus co-present here at the time of this new moon, this is where you find new alliances. It's where things become very organic and more in flow, connected to things that you want to start with the 12th house of your spiritual aspects of life, trying to get on top of things that have been possibly going on for way too long, a bit too long in the tooth. You are now going to be starting to feel like your beliefs and values are lining up, and you are assisted in regards to this new lunation to begin something new that is a benefit to you and things that are more valuable. The 21st of June, there's a full moon occurring in the sign of Capricorn. For you as a Cancer rising, this is your 7th house opposing your first house. And the Sun is currently transiting in the sign of Cancer at the time of this full moon, which is your first house. So what does this mean? Well, you're trying to establish some sort of autonomy or authority connected to relationships, contracts, agreements, and negotiations. You are trying to start something new for yourself and possibly pull away from old connections. Planet Mercury, well, this is a very cerebral planet and it's connected to action and movement and travel. And it's also about how we connect through our ideologies. It's our sense of intelligence. Well, Mercury on the 3rd of June is ingressing into the sign of Gemini, that 12th house, until June 17. So it's a swift transit. On the same day of this ingress for Mercury in that 12th house, Mercury is going to conjunct Jupiter, currently transiting in your 12th house, no less for 12 months. Mercury, Jupiter conjunct in the 12th can have something quite big come up, or a possibility of information or mental overload. There is something that's becoming obvious to you, connected to those 12th house topics that may need to be discussed or mulled over on this day. The 12th of June, we see Mercury squaring Saturn. And Saturn for you as a Cancer rising is transiting in the sign of Pisces in that 9th house, trining your 1st house. So Mercury squaring Saturn is all about putting the brakes on communication, putting the brakes on an agreement or a contract, something that is very weighty or long term, could possibly be weighing on you or becoming very obvious that this may not work out in regards to higher education, foreign people and places, also to do with your philosophical, spiritual outlook on life. So there could be a tension in regards to communication from people that you are connected through on the larger scale. Media and publishing could be a problem here on this day. Forewarned is forearmed, I suppose. But Mercury, who is all about escalation and really trying to motor things up and get the details, get the intel, squaring that Saturn, it's almost as if Saturn's assisting you in regards to not making any hasty decisions or signing on the dotted line. June 17, Mercury ingresses into the sign of Cancer until July 2nd of 2024, your 1st house. And this is a very swift transit for Mercury as well. Now, Mercury ingressing into your 1st house can have you very much thinking about your psychology, your physical body. You could be changing things up in regards to your everyday life. There's a lot of activity connected to different options, possibilities, and a lot of diversity connected to how you are progressing, how your psychology is progressing. You could be speaking more, writing more, talking more, a lot of action going on when Mercury enters that 1st house. And if you've been feeling like you haven't had the mental presence or feeling like you've had a mental lack or drag, Mercury going into the 1st house can assist. The same day when Mercury ingresses into your 1st house, Mercury is going to be conjuncting that Venus. So it almost feels like your beliefs and your values are lining up. The light bulb goes off on what makes you feel in flow with yourself. Even again, your psychology and speech, there could be some assistance. You could also have some financial breakthroughs on the 17th of June. The 21st of June, the same day as the full moon, Mercury sextiling Mars in Taurus, your 11th house. So this is quite auspicious for communication coming through that gives you the green light to go ahead with a new community, a new friendship, a new alliance that's going to benefit your career and public image. The 26th of June, we see Mercury trining Saturn in the sign of Pisces, your 9th house. This is also a cosmic green light to anchor into a commitment connected to higher education, foreign lands and people, media and publishing. Things seem to be more in harmony and flow, and this is when you can feel confident that the support systems you've been trying to put in place actually come through, and you can sign on the dotted line or begin something long term that is going to benefit you. Planet Mars has been transiting in the sign of Aries, your 10th house. Mars is very strong in this house. So for you, this transit continues for the first week of June. Mars in the 10th can have you having conflict or changes in regards to your career, authority figures. Your public image has been going through a big change possibly for you as a Cancer rising. And you're trying to eliminate and cut things out or people out that aren't in line in regards to your progression and your vision for your future regarding your career and what you do on the public stage. The 9th of June, we see Mars leaving that 10th house of Aries and ingressing into Taurus, your 11th house, until July 20. Mars in Taurus, your 11th house, can see you very much aligning up with people that are on the same page with you, that are ready to go in regards to communities, groups of people, friends and allies that are going to empower your career house and empower your public image. So there's something strong about to take an escalation in regards to people that you connect with. And Mars can also see you being very ruthless in regards to cutting things out that no longer serve you, connected to larger groups of people, societies, beneficiaries, and friendships. The 22nd of June, the day after the full moon, there's a Mars trine to the moon, 7th and 11th house. This is great for signing on the dotted line and anchoring into a commitment, or at least voicing your opinion about how you feel connected to negotiations, contracts, agreements, relationships, and partnerships for yourself. Planet Venus is transiting in the sign of Gemini, your 12th house. So Venus could be helping you really get on top of things from the past and change things up that are more in line with you. This is also where Venus is having a lot of interaction and communication and a lot of mental dexterity lit up in your 12th house. That's going to really help you sift through and decipher who's working for you and in line with your beliefs and values. On the 4th of June, Venus is conjuncting the Sun. So here's a day where you have almost the light go on in regards to what's working for you and what is not. What do you need to cull? Good day to process, eliminate, that is going to benefit you. The 8th of June, we see Venus squaring Saturn in Pisces, that 9th house to the 12th house. So there's a tension here, possibly in regards to foreign lands or communications, media and publishing, a legal situation, also to do with higher education, and also to do with media and publishing. So there's possibly a hiccup here or something that's coming to the surface that Venus squaring Saturn is asking you to halt and take note. If you don't want to anchor into something that's going to be detrimental to you, this day is going to highlight the realities of a connection. The 17th of June, Venus is ingressing into the sign of Cancer, your first house, until July 11. This is great for being a lot more popular and connecting with people that are of benefit to you. Relationships could start having more of a prominence in your life. Finances can also be highlighted when Venus is transiting that first house that are of benefit to you. The 29th of June, we see Venus sextiling Mars in Taurus, your 11th house. This is where you can have a lucrative contract come across your table. That's someone that's a benefactor to you, a friendship, a group, an organization. Something's coming to pass here that's bringing more harmony in regards to a relationship and even finances. Now let's talk about the planets, other planets. We've got Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, still retrograding in your 8th house. So Pluto's doing his magic behind the scenes in regards to identifying and pulling out the wealth connected to assets, investments, your significant relationships and partners, their assets, investments, how they benefit you. Pluto in a retrograde here is possibly really having you slowly grinding out what works for you for the long term regarding your assets and finances and what is not. Neptune's direct in Pisces, your 9th house, and Neptune in Pisces is about to go retrograde on the 2nd of July 2024. So Neptune's almost stopped in our solar system, not moving a lot or moving at all in your 9th house. So there's a holding state we've got here in your 9th house of things about to take a turn connected to higher education, international and foreign connections, legalities, media and publishing, and also your spiritual aspects of your existence. Uranus is continuing its direct motion in the sign of Taurus, your 11th house. So Uranus is still shaking things up and changing things up in regards to friendships, allies, people that benefit your career and public image, your friendships, and how you look at your dreams and aspirations and goals in the future. Uranus is really doing some shaking up there in that 11th house for you. Jupiter's continuing its transit in the sign of Gemini, your 12th house, no less, for 12 months, in detriment in the sign of Gemini. So Jupiter in the 12th can have things really bringing to the surface some big issues connected to people or things in the past, your subconscious, even long distance travel and connection, and also things that have been holding you back. If there's been something that you've been weighing on or contemplating on for a long time and haven't made any changes, Jupiter's really going to amplify the need or even the opportunity to remove something that's been long standing in that 12th house for you. Saturn in Pisces, your 9th house, is going into a retrograde Cancer rising on June 29 until November 15th. Saturn taking a slowdown in your 9th house sort of releases that feeling of no and stoppages connected to those 9th house topics we've been talking about. Saturn taking a step back of being so limiting is going to loosen up the bonds connected to higher education, media and publishing, your spiritual aspects of life, legalities. Things will slow down and loosen up for you until November 15, 2024. I'm Cosmic Girl 101. Thanks for tuning in. I trust you have a fabulous month of June 2024. I've also uploaded the monthly tarot for the sun signs. If you like tarot, they're already up and uploaded for you to view at your leisure on Cosmic Girl 101 YouTube channel. Take care. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.